Big Willie Nylander wants to see some hustle. All right, I'll try and pick up the pace. I'll try and pick up the pace for y'all, all right? Just like you're doing in the chat right now, huh? And just like the Leafs did tonight, they showed hustle. They showed heart. It was a pretty great game, man. Look, 7 total goals, okay? 7 total goals tonight in this game against the Philadelphia Flyers. There were 6 in the last game, 9 before that, 10 before that. And if you want to include the Buffalo loss as well, there's still 7 goals in that game. And not a single game there felt like an absolute, atrocity for those higher scoring games. These are all high scoring games in the world of hockey, at least traditionally, right? And I'm telling you, none of those games felt like it was really unnecessary to be getting that many goals. So then when you get a 13 spot against Detroit way back when, you can see the difference. I'm not pointing it out to dwell on it, but I want to show that we could still have high-scoring games in the NHL that are exciting, that are a test of skill, stuff like that. Sometimes it's just a better team playing a bottom team. You're going to get a 7 spot on that, right? Like, you can justify higher scoring goals and still have it be an entertaining game. And I thought tonight was pretty entertaining if you're a Leafs fan. It didn't feel like you were bullying them too much. It was like right around where it's acceptable. You know what I mean? Philly still played a tough game the whole way through. You know what I mean? It's still exciting. So I don't want to hear anybody tell me that like, oh, I'm so old school and like I don't appreciate high scoring games. I do. They're great for the right reasons. Context is everything. A battle of who's best, and you rack up points, I'm down for. Complete defensive failures on both sides, and it just looks like pond hockey, I'm not down with that. That's not elite level NHL. That's not elite level hockey. That's not what I'm paying money to see. I don't need to see a bunch of people scoring goals all the time and with no sense of defense. What I want to see is defense that get beat by sick moves that the ones that like the vintage boys put together there, right? Guys like guys like Simmons and Spezza and stuff, right? That's some good stuff. And yeah, Nylander as well too, man. He breaks his personal best tonight, right? He breaks his personal best. Matthews has obviously beaten his best. The team itself has beaten their best. Guys, how many records does this generation of the Leafs right now, this current season, how many records do they have to break before people will cut them some slack, eh? Ander or Onder, however you want to say that. 54. Hey, 54. I like that. 54. Right on. But yeah, like how many records do the Leafs have to break, man, before people will finally admit that this is a team that can be dangerous in the playoffs? I know it hasn't happened yet, and until it does, the proof is in the pudding and everything. But let me ask you this. Why are people so willing to think that the Florida Panthers are able to go so deep in the playoffs this year? Watch out for the Panthers. This is an incredible season. They haven't won a first round in 24 years. 24 years. The Florida Panthers, since the last time they beat someone in the playoffs. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that makes them unable to win. No, they are a threat. The people who are saying the Florida Panthers are a threat are correct in saying so. But how can you say that they're a threat and the Leafs aren't when they both have ridiculously long times with no playoff wins? So if you're willing to say the Panthers are a threat, you better be saying the Leafs are a threat too if you're a Leafs fan. Because if you're not, you're just full of it, man. You're just full of it. You're hanging on to the past. You're hanging on to negativity. They are breaking records, and I love it. And then you get a game tonight against the Flyers, and we get to see JVR. Now, I know he scores one on us, but if there's any Flyer that can and make me feel good, it's JVR. I still love that guy. I love how he plays close to the net. I love it because even if you played the style of defense that I want to see, JVR knows how to play in those tight situations where he is getting bumped and cross-checked and stuff. JVR started scoring points in a much tougher version of this NHL, man. You know, and he was still getting those goals in front of the net, getting cross-checked, slashed, hacked, whatever else. He rose to the occasion. He didn't allow himself to get bullied, and he could score goals in close. And here he is now, still doing it tonight. So if anyone's going to do it against us, we like it when JVR is there, right? So that's exciting to see because we still come away with a win, but we get to see him score. Love JVR, right, guys, in the chat? I see I'm not the only one. A bunch of people love JVR still. We love this guy. So if he scores, it's kind of like, all right. You know what I mean? Campbell made a bunch of awesome saves. But as well, even though the Leafs were heavily outshot, I didn't feel like they gave up too many dangerous opportunities. which is a good sign, right? They were getting a lot of offense still, but like they didn't have to sacrifice so much defense, perhaps, or maybe Philly. Maybe Philly just isn't as good at capitalizing on those opportunities. I don't know. But at least it didn't look like it was too dangerous of a game for the Leafs, you know? So Campbell got to make a few important saves, make himself look good. Loved how he performed. But at the same time, the team as a unit played better in front of him. He had a lot more square to the chest saves. That's usually a sign of good positioning from everybody else. So when you see high shots against, but there's a lot of chest saves, hey, really, like, who cares? Let the goalie do his job. You guys do your job. Everyone gets along, and everything's flying like it was tonight. You know, so overall, good game, good sign of things that can be done with the Leafs to get ready for the playoffs. And yeah, we don't focus too much on when we lose to bad teams in the past. You're saying there in the chat that Detroit beat Tampa tonight. Anybody questioning Tampa Bay right now? Are you seriously going to question Tampa Bay Lightning's chances of winning a third cup, which is already an insane thing, but we all know it's possible? You're going to question that just because they lost to Detroit tonight? No, you're not. No, you're not. So don't act like the Leafs doing that kind of stuff means anything either, all right? Not if you're wearing this stuff. Again, you want to be a Leaf hater because you're a fan of a different team? By all means, chirp away. I just don't care because of these reasons. But I don't blame you. Go ahead and do it. If you're the media, right, and it's your job to try and be unbiased and blah, 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 and tell a story, you know what I mean, of what's going on equally for both sides, and you don't want to say the Leafs are a threat still, fine. Again, I don't care. That's your job. Your job is to be contrarians. I get it. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, you always have to bring up the counterpoint to why the Leafs could fail. Totally get it. But if you're wearing this stuff, man, get yourself ready for playoffs. You're more than welcome to come around here where we do it right. This chat's going crazy tonight. They want to say stuff, and I want to listen to it too. And I want to thank everybody for subscribing and following along and doing everything like that, setting off these alerts. It all helps, man. It all helps keep this thing going. Join us over on YouTube. We just hit 420 subscribers, which I hear is a big deal. I don't know why. I've been trying to look into it. I can't find any mature reasons as to why 420 is a good number. But by all means, hey, I'm thankful for it. So come on over there too. And great game. Let's prepare for the playoffs. Start wearing this stuff, right? You're welcome to join us, no matter what I've said about you in the past, all right? So let's get to it, guys. Sound good? What have I missed? What have I missed so far? I'll see if I can catch up.